Today, we're talking Anthony Richardson. This dude had some big numbers, big throws in week 1 against the Houston Texans. I watched over the tapes and found some good plays that I wanted to go over. And man, he really flashed some ability. He's really talented and just naturally a freak. There's no other way to put it. So let's watch the tape and break it down. And on the very first play, we'll cover here off play action. Ooh, quick pressure. So he's got this guy getting all up in his face, and you're gonna have Anthony Richardson that's just gonna roll out, try to avoid the situation. Now the guy to watch here is Michael Pittman Jr., who is running a crosser actually. Now watch when he takes a look back and sees that Anthony Richardson is on the move running for his life. He's immediately gonna pivot and stop. Michael Pittman Jr. is gonna head and reverse track to make it easier on his young quarterback, and he's gonna fly back. Anthony Richardson's arm is up and ready to release. You've got zones here, but there is a clear alleyway to Michael Pittman Jr. to make this throw for Anthony Richardson, finds him and has a big completion. Right away, there's some reactionary play going on here with Anthony Richardson. The way that he needs to just bail out of the pocket, and look at how clear this is for him. He's got this guy running here. He knows that's going to hold this guy. So what does he need to do? He's going to have him just flying wide open. It's great collaboration between those two to connect on improv, basically. Next play, we've got a little bit of a read option. Anyone that has ever played Madden understands how this play works. The ball's in the air, it's getting snapped right now. You have a read to make. This is the read guy right here. So when he comes flying around the edge, you've got to make sure that he's actually containing, because the run's headed that direction. And if he does so, if he stands and kind of stutters down, then yeah, you're going to take this thing for yourself. You're going to take the lane that you first see. You're going to try to get up out of there. So Anthony Richardson reads the defender correctly with Jonathan Taylor out this way, kind of freezes him. And then he's got this gap right here. He needs to just hit this gap, and he has that green grass ahead of him and gets through. Powers, I mean, the quickness that he possesses is just more than enough to get through something like that. Not a weird play by Anthony Richardson, but watch this one. So he's gonna go play action again, and where does his eyes, I mean, they look down the middle right now, but this is his first read right here. Ashton Doolin, I believe, on a quick little out. Things go wrong, things go a little south when he slips. So you see Anthony Richardson, he slips and he's like crouched down right now trying to recover. So what does he do? He ditches the first read, this one right here. I would still throw this. This is still wide open in my opinion, but he's like, well, I've got these dudes that are behind Alec Pierce, and Pierce is just running downfield basically. So Anthony Richardson, sorry, that throw makes me speechless. I mean, look at this. He's insane. The fact that he can throw from there, make it all the way down to there, is absolutely ridiculous. But you'll see right there's the slip, and his eyes straight down the middle. So, I mean, just the fact to get back up, load, and make that play, absolute dot downfield. Alec Pierce, certified deep threat. And the way that he slipped, his back foot comes out, so he has to bring it back in, and then he's going to slide. Pressure's right here. This is just crazy to me, and the fact that he just lets it go and it just ends up in the receiver's hands, not a likely scenario, but oh my god. We're gonna watch this quick out from Michael Pittman Jr., and they're gonna connect, and you're gonna see arms up here, barely gets his eyes around, and he's gonna keep rounding here. But I mean, this is pretty far when you're talking about off man, and so it doesn't really give the defender a chance to close in, and it's just going to be nice. It's up and away. I like the way that the throw comes out of his arm here, and when you just need to see this every here and there from any quarterback, the fact that it's just coming out, and then he's going to hit him where it's unlikely Derek Stingley Jr. has a chance to undercut or just break this pass up. Timing, velocity, everything, it's all good. I think you just need to see this from Anthony Richardson every here and there, just quick, easy completion, stuff that isn't real complicated and stuff that he's highly capable of. I mean, you look at his tools, this is easy for him. First, I guess, negative play of this reel so far, and you're just gonna have someone throwing into somewhere and it ends up being tipped and hit away. But we'll show you what's going on here. Azeez Al-Shaair does a great job reacting and getting his hands up to defend that pass in the first place. So once again, you're gonna see him working off play action, and once he's set back, I mean, this is his one read. And I mean, if I'm Michael Pittman Jr., I like him to, or if I'm Anthony Richardson, I like him to break that way, but you're gonna see him kind of just turn around more than take at an angle. And so the ball's coming out now, This needs to be over there. This needs to make sure, or you need to make sure that this ball sails between these two. I mean, back turned towards, I mean, he's just basically pursuing Jonathan Taylor. So you're just like looking at this guy. It needs to be more over here. The passing lane needs to be a little bit more to the left. Michael Pittman's right, and doesn't really give him time to adjust. I mean, right here, he's ready to adjust to the football, but he's going to see this coming straight down the alleyway. So he doesn't need to move. So the throw needs to move Michael Pittman Jr. essentially into the open and more free space that the defense is giving him towards the numbers on the field there. So I do like this play in a sense. I do think it's the right idea. He has it. He just needs to maybe lead his receiver with the pass a little bit more when it's coming out of his hands, especially when you're looking at anticipatory stuff. Stuff like this drives me crazy, and this is why I do love some of the more fundamentally sound quarterbacks. You're going to have a stunt rush coming over here, and he's going to be able to get pressure, get in. You've got good push here from the line. I mean, he's stepped back far enough, and how could this go wrong? You have a block and release right underneath as your check down. So looking at it here, this just needs to be check down. It's just simple as that. In my opinion, that just needs to be what happens. Instead, Anthony hangs on, slides, keeps trying to get out of there, but the pass rush does get in. They get him. He's a violent sack, by the way, too. You're gonna see 97 just come in, fly around, and body slam Anthony to the ground when he had a wide open check down. And I kind of hit on it in the beginning of this video when I said, like, he's just a natural freak. If you're looking at this throw and you're not like really paying attention, watch the freaking feet he has on this throw. Doesn't move him since the snap. He's got one foot pointed that way. It's good. He's got open hips, but like, dude, sidearm flinging this thing. It's just ridiculous the way he's able to throw this football, get it in there with velocity, especially with the footwork here. I mean, this is just not how it's taught. I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous watching this and thinking like, oh my goodness. And he pops off the ground for a second. Looks a little like Jordan Love in a sense, but like, I just, me personally, in the depths and the nuances of watching, especially quarterbacks, it just impresses me the fact that this guy maybe isn't procedurally sound enough to work off play action, reset his feet, ball in motion, stuff like that. Like I said, all the little nuances and everything. That the fact that he can just do this, he can just sit here flat-footed and fling it. It's ridiculous, the arm talent and the natural ability that he has in his arm to just flat foot whoop, it's right out there. This one's a little different, and I think it is again the right idea, and you're seeing some flashes of what Anthony Richardson is trying to do. At least he's gonna have a couple of receivers here. You're gonna have a guy breaking over the middle, which, I mean, honestly looks pretty open. The ball, I mean, he's getting ready. He's patting the football and he's throwing to here. Spoiler alert. Adonai Mitchell's on a little comeback route. He's got Kamari Lassiter. By no means does he have the leverage here. Like, just looking at it, you're kind of saying bad. They both end up slipping, and that might be for the best, because when you're watching this right here, they're both on the ground. Luckily so, because the ball is basically a foot race to the ball, and Kamari Lassiter, I would almost say, was closer and had a better chance, especially reading the eyes of the quarterback right here. If his eyes are up and he doesn't stumble, and he's watching what Anthony Richardson's throwing, the ball's already out, he has a chance to legitimately make a play on this ball that is airborne. It's sketchy. Again, right idea. We're seeing some attempted. Look, ball's out. He's got it up here. He's loading to shoot it out. And I mean, they're not even out, anything like that. So we're seeing him attempt high level stuff. Just need a little bit more time, perfect the little things. And I mean, just watching pre-snap on this play, we're going to have a slot fade concept going over here. You're going to have a little hitch, and then you're going to have this guy running a little slot fade. So when he's reading that and sees nothing, no progress, really not a whole lot going on, good leverage to the sideline from the DB, he's going to drop his eyes. He sees wide open field, green grass ahead, straight through that A gap and just flying up the middle. I mean, he's quicker, in my opinion, than Josh Allen. Top speed would be interesting to see, but the quickness he has to just escape and then get these yards before these guys can close angles on him, it's just insane to get up past that mark. It's pretty significant for a guy of his stature, size, weight, everything you want to throw in there. This dude is just a high-level athlete, and he uses it and gets chunk yardage. Anthony Richardson, to start this play, is going to check his offense into a play that he likes in this scenario. I'm not gonna lie, I like it too, and this is what I really loved Adonai Mitchell with his double moves. It's not really a double move. He kind of just like bit inside, and that got Derek Stingley flat-footed. Like, this is a terrible play by Stingley. No offense to him, you know, hate to drag his good name through the dirt, but oh my goodness, just watch Derek Stingley react to this play. I mean, first of all, he's leaning in now. It's just a little funky because he just basically stutters, hesitates, stop, freezes is the right word here. He freezes. Adonai Mitchell gets wide open, and Anthony Richardson throwing from a closed pocket. Watch Anthony Richardson here. You're like, well, he's down from pressure. This, to me, this is more than enough space for even a dude of Anthony Richardson caliber of arm here. This is open. This is open to me. This needs to be thrown. I don't see any excuses here. I don't see where you're making some sort of excuse here. I think he makes this throw, but this one just misses. On this play, you're going to see a quick motion out from Jonathan Taylor, but the thing to watch here is his athletic tight end, Kylan Granson. He's going to do a nice break and kind of carry on with his crosser, you know, stumble up here and then just carry on across the field. And you're going to see Anthony Richardson throw a good ball to it. I mean, he's reading it well. He has the underneath guy right here sat on this crosser, and so he's just gonna have Kylan Granson one-on-one and got a great route break, has leverage and space, but Kylan Granson falls over and it ends up in an interception for Kalen Bullock. To me, this is a good ball. It's just you're stumbling. Kylan Granson can't really get on the ball, and Bullock does a great job coming down, reacting to the slip and fall open interception. What a snag, actually. But you're going to see it here in the second angle where this ball location is. If Kylan is standing up straight, this is well within the reach right here. This is the reach of the football. I mean, that is within the reach, but you're going to see Kalen Bullock comes down and snags himself a free interception. What a catch. Oh my goodness, Kalen Bullock, USC, or I guess rookie out of USC, making a play. Mentioned the double move earlier. You're going to see one of those come into play. You have Ashton Doolin on a nice little motion here. He might draw some eyes, but not a whole lot going on there. Anthony Richardson working off play action once again. Of course, he's going to have this first read over here in Adonai Mitchell. What does he do with that? He's going to be watching the double move, something I think Adonai Mitchell does exceptionally well. You see, even outside leverage, he's gonna still pop and make this work here. He's gonna go like this and then get right into the DB, and he's gonna pull back out and go up the field. It works. He got him good. He's gonna fly upfield, and the throw is missed once again. So off the play action, stepping back, hesitates once, buys into the double move and just miss it. It's just straight up. That's a miss. You can't really disregard that or swipe that away. Tough one. On this play specifically, I see 2 points of emphasis. I mean, you could get better and that this could be a play in the future. This is Michael Pittman Jr. He's running a crossing route. But on this crossing route, he's fading upfield and then like stays upfield. He never really flattens out when it's open space. I'd like to see him basically just running straight in this open space. You're seeing it right here, throws out, but like I'd like to see it like this instead of up towards anything or fading, you know, upfield. So first of all, there's that. So you see how he kind of runs up into coverage to cross down. He's like running up into here. This guy from here has, you know, is able to get in on this play essentially. So he's going to get there and he's going to swat it away. But in the second angle, we'll see what Anthony Richardson can do better. When he snaps this ball, he's stepping back. He's releasing this ball. Just wait for the ball location. He's got it right there. So he's a little bit behind on the throw. He's getting that guy back into the throw or into the play when the throw should be leading Pittman out. So the throw is a little bit behind, and some of it may have to do with what he's doing. The ball's out right there, you can say. And this is, I mean, this is close. So you're looking at this and maybe worried a little bit more about that than the throw if he was just wide open, easy timing, easy to gauge with his eyes. So I can see what's happening, but again, if Pittman decides to flatten this route out right here, and just decides to like fade down, like that would be best case scenario. And that's where you could see some things really happening for this Colts defense. If he can start hitting the intermediate that routinely, it looked like they were spacing out this offense and it looked more open as the game went on. We've seen a trigger happy Anthony Richardson. So when he snaps this ball, never guess, play action, he's going to have his eyes actually down the middle here working. That might be Adonai Mitchell. I believe that is Adonai Mitchell. So he's going to watch him, and then he's eventually going to get to the second read, which is Ashton Doolin, who's breaking on a dig route. You have this guy turning, this guy's settled here. This guy, I mean, it looks like he's crashing down anyway. So when you're watching this, I mean, it looks hypothetically good, but it is such a far distance for the ball to travel. And so he puts some heat on this one, some velocity, tightens up his motion, and lets this one fly. And you'll see in the second angle just how like close this throw was. It's insane. But like I said, you'll see him kind of, I mean, untraditional, but like just fling it here. Back foot is like his knees bent. It's all the way back here, but you're going to see him just whip this thing and it's going to fly, boom, hits him right there. The linebacker just jumping, trying to get to that. That is just insane. And this is what I'm talking about. I mean, this has to deal with like everything. That's a flash of something incredible. I'm telling you right now, this dude Adonai Mitchell, his double moves are lethal. So he's doing it again. He's at the bottom of the screen here. This is him. He's gonna be outside. I'm running it out. Okay, Derek Stingley Jr., you already see him coming down. Psych, dude. See you next time. I'm going up the field. So with that being said, he got him easy. He's up the field. He's working open. And the throw is just trying to make sure that this guy can't get an angle, but it's still far enough that this guy can't catch up. And where does this ball land? It's out of bounds, a little behind. Now watching Anthony Richardson, maybe give him an excuse or two. His arm, I mean, it's closed. He's got a swatting at him, and it's just really close. And again, you're just trying to keep the ball out of harm's way. It's later in the game. This guy's breaking in. You have this guy, so if you underthrow it and he gets his head around, I mean, that could be dangerous in itself. So just being able to, I guess, control it the best you can and try to, you know, make a play, but also if things don't go as planned, just make sure it doesn't result in a turnover. Everyone's favorite throw, I think. It's 3rd and 15 on this play. Anthony Richardson just down, just waiting. He has all the time in the world. No pass rush really pressuring anybody, but he's just watching his 2 deep receivers doing whatever. I mean, they're just dilly-dally running straight, seeing if anything can happen here. And turns out, yeah, something can. Anthony Richardson throws a heave downfield. Alec Pierce positions himself great for this ball and catches it over the safety. Anthony Richardson steps back. I mean, you just can't give him that much time. Lets this one fly downfield. Boom. Great high point from Alec Pierce, but the arm to even get it past that level of the defense, like that's just insane. Love how calm he looks too. He's like, yep, I can do this. And then just little throw, and then it's going 65.3, I believe, air yards. Crazy stuff. Later in the game, and this is where some of the questions start to come up with Anthony Richardson. Real situational football. I agree here. When someone says everything is like blanketed, you don't really have anything. You got an out. You got him flying up the middle. But look at the 3 defenders he has right here alone, not accounting for this guy that's already on him. He throws to Mo Alley Cox, who's trying to get open. I mean, this covered. Everything is just covered. But he has time in the pocket. He has these legs that he can use, and he's not afraid to. So play action, of course, can't go with play without it. He's just going to try to give a little layup to Mo Alley Cox. But I mean, look at the defenders all the way around, blanketed coverage. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just not ideal. When you look at the second angle of it as well, Kalen Bullock almost has his second pick of the day when he's just reading the eyes. And I mean, he just doesn't even stutter. He stays right here on the spot. Cox is just fading across field. That's going to put Kalen Bullock in a great spot. Henry To'oTo'o, Azeez Al-Shaair both closing in, and he's still going to try the clobbered middle of the field. He's attempting a pass through the middle. It's just what makes you do this? Who makes you throw this ball? Because this is like just straight down the alley. And like I said, I think Kalen Bullock can get up there to that ball if Henry To'oTo'o doesn't tip it. It's just not the best decision. And especially when we go back, let's take a look at the pocket here. Sure, they have upfield presence. Like, this guy's pretty deep and then this guy's pushing deep. So what do? You have wheels. Like, you can get up out of there. You could do whatever you want. You're freaking Anthony Richardson in the red zone. Make a play. If not, throw it away. It's pretty simple. 4th and 3. 3. Gotta have it down. Last play for the Colts offense in this game, I believe. So we'll just watch this play over just once and we'll see the result. Oh, it's a touchdown. It's a good play, right? I wouldn't say all that, if I'm being honest. Like, maybe it's just my preference to see, but he's got a little bit of a mesh concept and it's eventually gonna work open. It's just, I mean, hang in there. Maybe leaves a clean pocket. Not maybe, that's a really clean pocket. And so you're gonna have Michael Pittman going. You're gonna have you're gonna have here. And so you just like, this needs to be the throwing location. His eyes have already dropped and he's ready to go. Understandably so. It works for him. It's what he's been doing. He's still young. Habits are there. He's not looking to be a passer in the pocket. He knows he cannot afford a negative play here. So I don't blame him, especially for ditching this early. I mean, who knows what happens with this, because look at how many people are right there. It's not a game of numbers, but like probability wise, he knows he's very talented and has legs and power and drive, and he was not going to be denied at the line. Okay, don't get that mistaken. Anthony Richardson's a tank, flies through, and like I said, I think there may be a little bit more quickness than Josh Allen when you're looking at Anthony Richardson, but you know, just drives his shoulder through a dude, gets a touchdown, carry to the team. A little bit of a different video for me, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave it down. Yeah, sick. Go ahead and leave a like, go down, subscribe, watch the past, go down the channel. See you guys next time. Deuces.